time on that special channel called Mamlaka Broadcast Network. Welcome to all the kingdom fellow citizens and to all the inhabitants of the world. I wish you to find out your real purpose and to change the world around you by the power of the King for the cause of the kingdom of God. Wherever you are and whatever you are doing, please let me quickly know from where you are listening us from. As you can see, we are really happy because you know that this year 2022 is a new year with many challenges, but especially because we know that the kingdom will influence your family and your life. So let me quickly introduce myself. I am Ambassador Gabriela Mbala and I'm here at the Central Africa studio of Mamlaka Broadcast Network. Our, our, our acronym is MBNK News TV, as you can see at the top of that video. So let me quickly remind you what is MBN. MBNK News TV is the channel that opposes the facts of the world to the truth of the kingdom. Remember, we are the voice of the kingdom of God. And remember that all our messages are broadcast at the same time on YouTube and Facebook. So follow us everywhere on your favorite network. You can also follow us in BitChute, in Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, and find all our podcasts on Podbean. So share our links because I know that it will help someone in the world because remember that you have to save lives and to save your own life. Please do not forget that in tagging all your surroundings who are really and directly affected by this message, you are actively participating at the spreading to the gospel of the kingdom of God. So tag them with an @ followed by the person's name on Facebook. Remember to give them all the links concerning all our platforms because that is really important. So let us start by our topic of the day. Remember that today we will go back in the Old Testament and talk about Baruch, the secretary of Jeremiah. His life is a great example of faithfulness. Through his life, we will have one of the biggest testimony of faithfulness. These lessons of today are very useful to change our mind about the faithfulness like the kingdom of God wants we do in our everyday life. So I'm not sure that you know Baruch very well. If you not know that great man, you can find out all the references of Baruch in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 32 to 59. Previously, we were talking about Joab, the treacherous man, general of the Israel army under the reigns of David and killed by the order of Solomon. It was really full of teachings. So today, open your heart and may the Lord open your mind and touch your soul. So let's go. The plan of today to know more about that man is firstly to know who is Baruch. Secondly, to know how was the daily life of Baruch. Thirdly, to know what are the special events of the life of Baruch. And endly, fourthly, to know the lessons of the day concerning Baruch life. So, firstly, who is Baruch? Baruch was the son of Neriah. He was the secretary of Jeremiah, the prophet under the reign of Nebuchadnezzar. He lived at the time of the 18th year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar. He was the one that Jeremiah employed to write his prophecies, to convey his messages. The name of Baruch means blessed. Baruch was Jeremiah's delegate in delicate missions. He was his collaborator for more than 20 years. He belonged to the aristocracy. He was the brother of Seraiah, grand chamberlain of the king. And his rank no doubt contributed to earning the prophet the protection and his messages, the attention of the chiefs of the time where they are living. So, how was the daily life of Baruch? As we were saying, Baruch was the secretary of Jeremiah, and that position has placed Baruch time and again in trouble that has sometimes been deadly around the edge. And I don't want you confuse the meaning of the word secretary with the meaning of the word scribe. So let me explain more. What is a scribe? A scribe is one who once professed to write by hands, just by hands. In the Old Testament, his involvement in the text was only limited to the transfer of official texts to the copying of writings. But further on, we can see him as a simple copyist. But in the New Testament, we note that the scribe is considered by the Jews as a doctor of the law. But whatever lambda, it has no importance of governance, influence, and management. He is therefore very different from a secretary. So, what is a secretary? The secretary is a person whose job is to ensure the drafting of someone's messages to prepare files. He is the person who takes care of the organization and the functioning around an organization or a person. So the secretary is a person in whom we must be able to place full trust. Jeremiah regularly dictated the words of the Lord to his secretary Baruch, and it was a question of the latter writing them as they were said and having them communicating them. So, what are special events of Baruch's life? Remember that you can find out all the references of the life of Baruch in Jeremiah chapter 32 to Jeremiah chapter 59. So let us read a little part of text in Jeremiah chapter 36, verse 10 to verse 19. Let us read. Then Mishiah declared unto them all the words that he had heard. When Baruch read the book in the ears of the people, therefore all the princes sent Jehudi, the son of Nethaniah, the son of Shelemiah, the son of Cushi, unto Baruch, saying, Take in thine hand the roll wherein thou hast read in the ears of the people, and come. So Baruch, the son of Neriah, took the roll in his hand and came unto them. And they say unto him, Sit down now and read it in our ears. So Baruch read it in their ears. Now it came to pass, when they had heard all the words, they were afraid, both one and other, and said unto Baruch, We will surely tell the king of all these words. And they asked Baruch, saying, Tell us now, how didst thou write all these words at his mouth? Then Baruch answered them. He pronounced all these words unto me with his word, and I wrote them with ink in the book. Then said the princess unto Baruch, Go, hide thee, thou and Jeremiah, and let no man know where ye be. We were reading now the part where, because of his faithfulness, Baruch be near of the death. He was really faithful to Jeremiah at this point that he accepted to go and read the prophecies in front of the chiefs and the people at the place of his master. He certainly knew that it was dangerous, but he did it and never looked back before doing it. Until the end, Baruch lived the same path as Jeremiah. Joachim, the king of Judah, treating his life and the one of Jeremiah the same thing, just because of the book wrote in front of him. Baruch accepted to write one more time the book torn and burned by Joachim because he felt displeased. They were deported to Egypt, and the trace of Baruch disappeared at the time. So, let us talk about all the lessons concerning the topic of the day, on the life of Baruch. I remember one more time. You can read all the life of Baruch in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 32 to chapter 59. So let us talk about the faithfulness. What is faithfulness? Firstly, faithfulness deeply means loyalty, and it is at first over the quality of a person faithful to someone, to a task. Even if it is difficult, you should keep the road and never forget your purpose. At MBN, our purpose is the kingdom of God, and we want that till the end. What is faithfulness? Second time, faithfulness means fidelity, and it is also the character of constancy that you can have in affections, feelings, relationships. Let me say that the first feeling that the world wants to touch is our constance, our constancy. Because when we are constant, that means that you are focused. When you are understanding perfectly the kingdom, the constancy is a big cultural gift of heaven. And at that time, you want to put all our actions, all our thoughts under this big law, the law of constancy. What is faithfulness? Third part. Faithfulness is the fact of not failing, of not betraying. Why? Because the kingdom of darkness teach every day about how to cheat your surrounding. It is a habit in the movies, the streets, and amongst our friends. To betray and to fail is normal. But let me see that is not the point of view of the kingdom. If you know that there is a big engagement that you are betraying, please open your mouth. Ask that the kingdom of God open your heart and ask that the Father forgive you. You must pray because it is really important to be faithful with all your engagements. So, what is faithfulness? Last part. Faithfulness is the act of conformity to the truth, to an original model. And our ultimate model is only King Jesus. So we must be conformed to him, to be declared really faithful to him. We must not be conformed to the world. So here is the end of our work. And wow, big wow. Today we ended with the story of Baruch. And the lessons were very big and important. They were about the faithfulness in the kingdom mission. God used Baruch for the glory of his kingdom. So remember, whatever the patron you have, if you are a secretary, remember to be like Baruch. If you are the one that have if you are the one who have the full trust of your patron concerning all his affairs, remember that you have to be like Baruch, because that is something that our kingdom is teaching us for our everyday life. So thank you very much for being connecting during this live and this series. Do you already follow us on our multiple platforms? Maybe no. Okay, if you are on YouTube, thank you for putting a blue thumb to activate the bell to receive all our news. If you discover our stream on Facebook, then subscribe and like our page. Leave us a tweet on Twitter, a Facebook on Instagram. Also find our podcast on Podbean and our videos on Rumble and on BitChute. You know all the truth. And today it was Mamlaka Broadcast Network. Please, and please share our content. Invite your friends to our page. You can tag them in the comment box to invite them further if possible. Remember to stay focused in every moment of this life. And let us see at the top where eagles are living, where eagles are flying, because there is our place of kingdom citizens. Bye bye.